The film opens with snippets of a peaceful morning, featuring Rob Hawkins and Beth McIntyre as they share a private moment in New York City. This intimate scene establishes their relationship, subtly hinting at romantic tension and a deeper connection. The narrative shifts to Rob's farewell party, organized by his brother Jason and his girlfriend, Lily. Rob is about to leave for Japan to take a prestigious job, and the party serves as a gathering of friends and loved ones to bid him farewell. Rob's best friend, Hud, is tasked with documenting the night using a handheld video camera. Through Hud's lens, we are introduced to Marlena, another close friend, and a roomful of acquaintances. Beth arrives at the party unexpectedly, bringing another man as her date. This creates tension between her and Rob, as their unresolved romantic feelings bubble to the surface. A heated argument ensues, with Beth leaving the party in frustration. The disaster strikes. The festive atmosphere is abruptly shattered by a powerful tremor and an earth-shaking roar that causes the city to tremble. The group rushes to the roof to investigate, witnessing a distant explosion in Manhattan. The ensuing chaos sends fiery debris flying through the air, forcing everyone to evacuate. As they flee, the group witnesses the severed head of the Statue of Liberty crashing into the street, a chilling harbinger of the disaster unfolding around them. The camera captures glimpses of a massive, shadowy creature rampaging through the city, destroying buildings and bridges. Military forces mobilize in response, their efforts seeming futile against the sheer size and power of the monster. The fight for survival. Amid the pandemonium, Rob receives a desperate call from Beth, who is trapped in her apartment and unable to move. Despite the danger, Rob resolves to rescue her, setting the group on a perilous journey across the city. Jason, Hud, Marlena, and Lily accompany him, each grappling with fear and uncertainty. The group attempts to cross the Brooklyn Bridge to escape the city, but the monster strikes the structure, killing Jason and severing the group's path to safety. Devastated but determined, Rob leads the remaining members back into the city to find Beth. Encounters with the unknown. As they navigate the chaos, the group encounters horrifying parasitic creatures that have fallen off the monster's body. These smaller, aggressive beings attack without warning, adding to the group's peril. Marlena is bitten during one such encounter, though the full consequences of the bite are not immediately clear. Seeking shelter, the group enters a subway station. In the dimly lit tunnels, the parasitic creatures strike again, resulting in a tense and claustrophobic confrontation. Marlena begins to exhibit disturbing symptoms from her bite, and when the group finally emerges from the subway, they seek help from a military medical unit. Beth's rescue. At the medical station, Marlena's condition worsens rapidly, culminating in a gruesome and tragic death. The remaining members, deeply shaken, continue their mission to rescue Beth. The military warns Rob of a planned airstrike to destroy the monster and urges them to evacuate immediately. Despite this, Rob's determination to save Beth drives him forward. The group reaches Beth's apartment, which is precariously leaning against another building due to the monster's rampage. Risking their lives, they climb into the unstable structure to find Beth impaled on debris. Working together, they free her and manage to escape just as the building collapses. The final escape. With Beth in tow, the group heads to a designated evacuation point in Central Park. Lily is placed on a departing helicopter, but Rob, Hud, and Beth are forced onto a second flight. As their helicopter takes off, they witness the monster being bombarded by the military's airstrike. In a terrifying moment, the monster retaliates, bringing the helicopter crashing down in Central Park. The survivors emerge from the wreckage, but their relief is short-lived as the monster looms overhead. In its final attack, the monster kills Hud, leaving Rob and Beth to face the grim reality of their situation. The first shock, chaos in Manhattan. The party is abruptly interrupted by what feels like an earthquake, followed by a massive explosion in Lower Manhattan. Guests rush to the rooftop to investigate and are met with a horrifying sight, a fiery blast and a massive debris cloud consuming the skyline. Panic sets in as everyone flees the apartment, gathering in the streets below. As the group runs through the chaos, they witness the head of the Statue of Liberty crash into the street, leaving a trail of destruction. The camera captures the moment in graphic detail, showcasing the sheer scale of the disaster. A few fleeting shots reveal glimpses of a massive, unidentified creature wreaking havoc across the city, leaving the streets filled with rubble, overturned cars, and terrified crowds. The journey begins, saving Beth. Amidst the chaos, Rob receives a frantic call from Beth, who is trapped and injured in her midtown apartment. Her plea for help becomes the catalyst for the group's harrowing journey. Despite Jason's attempts to dissuade him, Rob resolves to rescue Beth, prompting Hud, Lily, Jason, and Marlena to join him. The group decides to head towards Beth's apartment, encountering scenes of devastation along the way. They learn from news reports and military radio chatter that the creature, described as something alive, has emerged from the sea. The monster is resistant to conventional weaponry, and smaller, parasitic creatures have begun to spread throughout the city, attacking civilians. Tragedy on the Brooklyn Bridge. The group attempts to escape the city by crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, joining thousands of other terrified New Yorkers. However, as they near the midpoint, the monster attacks, causing the bridge to collapse. Jason is among the casualties, leaving Lily devastated and the group reeling from the loss. Rob's resolve strengthens as he blames himself for Jason's death, believing that saving Beth is the only way to honor his brother's memory. Through the subway, the parasites strike. The group retreats into a subway station to avoid the monster's rampage above. In the dark, eerie tunnels, they encounter swarms of the parasitic creatures. The claustrophobic setting heightens the tension as HUD's camera captures the skittering movements of the creatures before they attack. Marlena is bitten during the skirmish, but the group manages to escape into an abandoned subway car. The camera provides a night vision view of the parasitic creatures, emphasizing their grotesque and insect-like forms. Marlena begins to exhibit symptoms from her bite, including dizziness and bleeding, but the group has no choice but to press on. The medical station, Marlena's fate. Emerging from the subway, the group stumbles upon a military field hospital set up in a department store. Soldiers attempt to contain the situation, but the chaos is overwhelming. Marlena's condition worsens, and she is taken behind a curtain by medical personnel. Moments later, she violently succumbs to the effects of the parasite bite, exploding in a gruesome display that shocks the remaining group. Rob confronts a military officer who informs him of a planned airstrike to neutralize the monster. The officer warns them to evacuate immediately, but Rob insists on continuing to Beth's apartment. Despite their dwindling numbers, the group presses on, their determination fueled by Rob's unwavering commitment. Beth's rescue. Arriving at Beth's building, the group is faced with a daunting challenge. The apartment has collapsed against another structure, leaving it precariously tilted. Risking their lives, Rob, HUD, and Lily climb the unstable ruins to reach Beth. They find her injured and impaled on a piece of debris. Working together, they free her, though the effort leaves them exhausted and vulnerable. The building begins to collapse as they make their escape, forcing them to rush back to the streets. Beth's rescue serves as a moment of triumph amid the despair, reinforcing the group's bond and Rob's determination. The final flight, helicopter evacuation. The group heads to a military evacuation point in Central Park, where they are separated. Lily is placed on an earlier helicopter, leaving Rob, HUD, and Beth to board a second one. From the air, they witness the military's full-scale assault on the monster, including bombing runs and ground attacks. As the helicopter circles the city, the monster retaliates, swiping the aircraft out of the sky. The crash leaves Rob, HUD, and Beth stranded in Central Park. Injured but alive, they regroup and attempt to seek shelter. The monster's final attack. The creature looms over the survivors, delivering a final, terrifying attack. HUD, still holding the camera, is killed by the monster, leaving Rob and Beth to flee. The camera captures their desperate escape, interspersed with haunting glimpses of the monster's massive form. Seeking refuge beneath a bridge, Rob and Beth record a final message, addressing anyone who might find the footage. Rob expresses his love for Beth and his hope that their story will be remembered. The monster's roar grows louder, and the screen fades to black as their fate is left ambiguous. Epilogue, a glimpse of the past. In the final moments, the recovered footage rewinds to Rob and Beth's day at Coney Island. The serene and joyful scene contrasts starkly with the devastation depicted earlier, serving as a poignant reminder of the world they lost. Eagle-eyed viewers may notice a faint object falling into the ocean in the background, a cryptic hint at the monster's origins. Cloverfield is a masterclass in suspense and immersive storytelling, using the found footage format to place viewers directly in the chaos. The film explores themes of love, sacrifice, and humanity's fragility in the face of incomprehensible threats. The personal stakes, embodied by Rob's quest to save Beth, ground the larger narrative, making the destruction feel intimate and immediate. The monster itself remains a mystery, its origin and motives left deliberately vague. This ambiguity heightens the horror, allowing the audience to project their fears onto the unknown. The parasitic creatures add another layer of menace, emphasizing the multifaceted nature of the threat. By blending human drama with apocalyptic spectacle, Cloverfield delivers a gripping experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Its innovative approach to storytelling and visceral visuals make it a standout entry in the monster movie genre. A final message. The camera captures Rob and Beth seeking refuge beneath a bridge in Central Park. Knowing their chances of survival are slim, Rob records a final message for anyone who might find the footage, expressing his love for Beth and lamenting the events that have transpired. The film ends with an earlier recording of Rob and Beth enjoying a day at Coney Island, a poignant reminder of the life they had before the disaster. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.